Nike made a great basketball shoe that's not listed as a basketball shoe. It's for another sport entirely. It's insane. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown on a shoe that is not listed under the basketball category. It is listed as an indoor court shoe, but it's actually for volleyball. And this is the Nike Hyperset 2. This particular one is an SE, but I believe that these are going to be awesome for basketball. Now, before we deep dive into these bad boys right here, we do have a quick word from today's sponsor, and that's the good folks over at Sole Premise. They provide premium or luxury style bags, but the catch is that they are all catering towards sneaker lovers. They have a wide variety of different options in different materials and different colors. So as an example, this guy right here is just their daily commuter bag. This is essentially just a regular backpack, but the difference is that they can hold 2 pairs of shoes in there up to size 15.
Excellent.
I personally love these bags because when I go on short trips, I'm able to wear one pair and then stick a secondary pair inside of the shoe storage. And then instead of opting to throw in a third pair of sneakers, that's where I actually put my clothes. And then when I'm going on longer trips, this bag right here is what I typically like to use. It holds up to 5 pairs of shoes. On top of all of that, these bags are TSA approved. They can fit underneath the seats or in your overhead compartment. This particular one is made out of polyester instead of a more premium leather, so there's different options and varieties depending on what you want. Last but not least, this is my favorite bag and the one that I use all the time, mostly because, well, we're gym rats here, and I also test shoes for a living. And this bag right here lets me do all of that stuff all at once. This is a brand new version of their gym bag, where this one is decked out in premium goodness, and I'm not gonna bring this one with me because I don't wanna ruin it and get it all wet and sweaty. So instead I bring this one. But the good news is that they both fit 4 pairs of sneakers, which is amazing. If you have your testing shoe, then your backup shoe, and then maybe there's a backup for the backup, and by chance, maybe a backup for that, I don't know. What I like to do is fill it up with 3 pairs, and then my leftover compartment has my change of clothes, deodorant, my water bottles, a basketball pump, and then for my AirPods and whatever else I might be bringing, there's a ton of storage options for that too. So for whatever your needs are, Sole Premise has probably got you covered. So if you're interested, make sure that you click the link down below in our description box. It'll send you over to Sole Premise's website, solepremise.com, where you could check out all the variety of different options, all the different colors, what's on sale, all that kind of good stuff. And with that being said, when you're looking for a basketball shoe or any sports shoe at all, you really want to keep your mind open and think outside the box at times. We've done this many times in the past where we've actually taken tennis shoes that are made for outdoor courts and played basketball in them on those outdoor courts. And turns out a lot of them are perfect for that sport on that surface because, surprise, surprise, they're made for outdoor surfaces. So everybody's like, oh, my Kobe's or this or that, they're only made for indoors. This is true. I understand your frustration. However, there's options. You just got to think outside the box. The first thing I would like to talk about, though, is actually no performance feature in the shoe. It's the price. They range anywhere between $135 and $145, and yes, that's retail, and I hate to do this, but I'm gonna do it. I'm looking at the book ones here, and the reason why I bring that shoe up is because its retail price ranges between $140 to $150 depending on the colorway and the materials, but comparing apples to apples, so retail price to retail price, product to product, this guy is packed with awesome features that the book one just doesn't have. That would not include the traction. Both of these shoes have amazing traction. So this guy right here, instead of herringbone, has a wavy pattern that mimics herringbone, and instead of going linearly, it's going laterally. So damn near same type of coverage, just a slight different movement. If you're a shifty player, this is going to be awesome. If you're an outdoor player, this is not going to be awesome. It's not going to be very durable. The lines are very thin, they're very malleable or like real soft. Again, great for indoors, probably not the best option outdoors. Is this still going to cover you with linear movements? Yes, it is. That's the nature of the pattern right here, where it's all wavy. Each of these little lines that go horizontally are going to cover you from those linear movements. Now moving up, the midsole, very reminiscent of the later series Hyperdunks, which they've actually taken those old Hyperdunks and turned them into volleyball shoes. So court shoes are court shoes. I don't know why they try to like categorize them. I think it's just to make the categories feel abundant. But if you really streamline things, you can simplify it and not confuse customers and really get the most bang for your buck, both on the consumer end and on the brand end, as far as like getting your sales taken care of. When there's too much to choose from, people get confused and they just wait. But when things are very simple and streamlined, everybody knows what's going on, they're all on the same page, it's simple. But anyways, the midsole is Phylon. That's essentially Nike's EVA. And inside of that is this setup right here. And I'm talking about identical setup, heel and forefoot Zoom Air, book one. looking at you. So yeah, on some colorways, they retail for less than the retail price of the Book One and offer more, at least as far as cushion is concerned. I will say that the one thing that the Book One does better than something like this is the material package, but we haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, as far as cushion is concerned, if that's your main focus for the sport, this shoe right here is gonna be one that you're gonna wanna look at. Now the insole is this guy right here, and I bet you thought I was gonna say it's a piece of shit, but it's not. While it's not a great insole, it doesn't have like tons of features in it or anything like that. For this coming in a shoe like this, it's a very good insole. It's thick, it's dense, it's gonna be durable, it has slight arch support, not anything crazy, but this I wouldn't consider to be a true piece of shit. Now, moving on up to the materials, like I was saying before, the Book One has these beat for sure. The Book One has premium materials, at least for the most part. It's actually a really good blend of modern and old materials, so like textiles and things like that, mixed with raw materials like leathers and nubucks, and it's amazing. This right here is all modern everything. So we've got textile at the front, we've got hot melt material, which is that fuse stuff at the midfoot, we've got synthetic leather on the back. I love this swoosh design. I think it's fantastic. It's also a lockdown panel. It's TPU, it's applied to the shoe, but it's independent at the eye stay area, so think like Air Jordan 4 lockdown wings. Very cool. When you flip the shoe around to the medial side, you still have more synthetic materials and panels. I love the baby swoosh right here. It's nice and iridescent. It's very cool. It looks like it's going to be reflective, but it's not, but it does this, so it's okay. The colorways are simple, but also they do have some fancy offerings like this one. This one just happens to have 3 sets of laces. I was really shocked actually when they came in. I was like, oh, what the hell? Like maybe that's why this one was a little bit more expensive than some of the more basic colorways. But either way, it was a cool feature. You got that little minty green, you got some pink, and then you got this purple. It's very cool. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size. Whatever you typically wear, that is what I would recommend. Again, all of the features on here can be applied to multiple sports. We're talking about tennis, volleyball, badminton, basketball. What's the new one?
Racquetball.
Racquetball? No, what's the other new one? What's it called? All the people to play it. Pickleball. But anyways, whatever indoor sport you actually play with where there is an actual court, this shoe right here is one that you might want to look at, especially once they start getting marked down, because nobody really looks in that volleyball section. So be patient, and you'll see these getting marked down very quickly, and you're going to get a steal of a deal full of Zoom Air and all of its goodness for a great price. Now, with all that being said, do we happen to have a question of the day?
What's your go-to pre-hoop session drink or meal?
Drink is pretty much only water, but this is every day, unless I got some lemonade.
God damn it, that's good.
And then as far as pre-game meal, I cannot eat too close to playing. It just makes me want to throw up. I don't know what it is. When I was young, we can eat anything, anytime, anywhere. We'd be able to eat in the middle of the games and still go. And I can't do that anymore. I don't know what it is, but my stomach is just like, nah, bro, that's just not gonna work. So I try to keep things as light as possible. Typically, that's where my salads come into play. So I like to eat a big salad, make sure that it has enough healthy fats and proteins. That way I'm not too hungry by the time that I play, and I have to eat this literally hours before I play. Like, it can't be like an hour before. It has to be hours before. I have to be able to have already started to digest it. Otherwise I still feel bloated and gross and slow and burpy, and just, it's not good. That's just me though. That's what I like to do. If I'm playing early in the morning, I would just grab a granola bar and I would eat that like up to 30 minutes before playing, but it's a little stick of oats. Like, it's not anything crazy.
I'm curious, you only get to play early in the morning now, like once a week. Which do you prefer though? Like, as far as the getting ready part, like, do you prefer
getting ready?
Like how you're explaining your food prep right now. Like, yeah, you don't get to have as big of a meal, but like, is it like an easier and more no-brainer kind of?
Yeah, I mean, that's easier to get ready, like in preparation of. But sometimes, like, we're playing for a few hours, like 3 hours, and so then by the time those 3 hours are done, my body's pretty depleted, not just of like electrolytes and, you know what I mean, like it's sweat and salt and stuff, but like also the nutrients. So like I get really hungry like right afterwards. Sometimes I feel a little sick. You know, if you wait too long to eat, you feel a little nauseous, so it'll be like that. So that's the thing that I don't like, is that when I play in the morning, I love that, because then I have the rest of the day, but then I'm tired. You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally like exhausted. And so I don't like that. But playing at night, it's fun and all of that stuff, but then it's hard for me to unwind. And so sometimes I'll be up forever and then I'm really tired the next day. And so it's just kind of like one of those, you can't win for losing. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there a perfect time of the day to play basketball? When you're young, it's all the time. When you're old, no time's good. You're old, you're cranky, you're hungry, or you're not. Like, it doesn't matter. Being old has its perks, but it sucks, especially when you start shitting your pants.
Are you there yet?
I'm not there yet. Not there yet.
Alrighty then.
But with all that being said, sound off below and let us know what your pre-game meal / drink or both is. Do you have like strict rules like I do where it's like you can't eat too much before the game? Or are you young and fortunate that you could do whatever the f you want? Good for you. I'm kidding. I'm just jealous, that's all. I miss those days so much. Thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with us. We really appreciate you guys. We will catch you on the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.